Welcome aboard. It's Captain G and Eggman to Operation Ultra 2.3 and 2.4 CCP and USSR. All right, we're going to start with Communist China. We came in with 3 IPP. We're going to buy 1 infantry. On combat move, we're going to dispatch 1 infantry unit to spread the revolution to Charhar. And that will bring us up to 4 IPP, which is fantastic. And we're going to place our new recruits in Yunnan. And we will collect 4 IPP income. And that's it for the CCP. For the Soviet Union, we came in with 27 IPP. We're spending 6 on 2 guards unit. Another 6 on a heavy artillery, 203 millimeter mortar artillery. 2 airborne for 4 each, so that's 8. 8 and 6 and 6 is 20. That leaves us 7 left. And regular artillery and a regular infantry for the final 7. Remainder, nothing. Combat. Despite the fact that Comrade Stalin is very upset about the accidental sinking of his destroyer by the Germans and the Finns in C-Zone 20, he's going to maintain the peace. So non-combat movements only for the Soviets. We'll start in the west. We're going to move from Okominsk, all of the infantry and the artillery. We're also going to follow that up with, from Novosibirsk, the AAA moving east. From Amur, 2 infantry to Vladivostok. So that completes the west. In the central region, in Kharkov, 2 infantry that left Stalingrad last turn are moving down into the Caucasus. The 2 medium armor and the light tank in South Caucasia are moving 1, 2 into Moscow. In Moscow, we have the armored train, which is going to load 2 artillery and 1 infantry chip from the Capital Defense Force, and it's going to go 1, 2 into Leningrad, and add the artillery and the infantry to the 3rd Shock Army. Let me move this up so you can see this more easily. Is that better? Because we're going to move a lot of stuff in there. The light bomber air transport that was stationed in Leningrad is going to fly back to Moscow in exchange for the medium armor and the light tank that was in Moscow. They're going to move 1, 2 to Leningrad to join the 3rd Shock Army. The 6th Infantry in Novgorod will move into Moscow.
Leningrad.
I'm moving to Leningrad. Thank you, Egg. Getting my victory cities confused. Novgorod into Leningrad. From West Russia, 1 infantry to Leningrad. From Pskov, 2 infantry to Leningrad. Okay. From Moscow, 1 infantry to Novgorod. From Karelia, 1 infantry to Murmansk. He moved north to Murmansk. 1 AAA to Leningrad. 1 light tank and the 3rd Guards Infantry to Leningrad. Okay. The 8th Army is going to be disbanded. The infantry is staying there. The mech and the light armor are moving 1, 2 into Leningrad.
And the artillery.
The artillery is moving to Pskov.
No, with the mech.
Oh, and with the mech. Yep. Whoop. All right. We're running out of room. I'm going to need 2 cards. Okay. The 2nd Army is also being disbanded. So let me back up Leningrad for a minute because none of these guys are going there. So from the second, well, I correct myself. The light tank is moving 1, 2 to Leningrad. The artillery is moving 1 to Pskov. We're going to send 1 infantry to Belarusia, 1 infantry from East Poland to Bessarabia. We're leaving 1 infantry there, and 1 infantry is going with the artillery to Pskov. So that's it for the Second Army. The artillery in Kiev is moving up to Oral-Kursk. And the fleet, the final movement, if you can see the fleet up here in C-Zone 9. They're going to move 1 to C-Zone 8, C-Zone 7, C-Zone 15. To patrol international waters in search of the missing destroyer that never showed up where it was supposed to be. All right, Egg, do you think I missed any? I think that was... We moved the deck chairs around the Titanic. I'll do a recap for my fellow players after. I think that's it, right? Okay. So, we will place units then. We've completed the non-combat. Let me bring out our little build disc. In Leningrad, the 2 guards infantry and the heavy artillery into Leningrad. In Moscow, the 2 airborne going with the 2 air transports. And then in Karelia, the remaining infantry and the artillery in the north. That completes our builds. We didn't do any combats and no new conquests. So now, as we move the Axis Minor Army Group from Romania, you want to put that where you can see it. Just like last turn, we're going to roll 2 D12 to determine the income increase for Mother Russia this turn. We want high numbers. All right, we got 1 high, 1 low. 13, 11, and a 2. So we had an income of 19 plus, what is that, 13? 32. Is that correct? 32. Yep. All right, so that is our new income. That's our cash on hand. And next up is our British cousin for the Commonwealth, Hambone. For Eggman, I'm Captain G. Over and out.